I've been given the direction to. I can't even tell you what the direction I've been given.
The Bourne Ultimatum will start up exactly 10 minutes after the Bourne Supremacy finished, in which Bourne had been wounded and beaten up pretty badly in the car chase. And he's just come from Irina's apartment. And this is all designed to match with the neighborhood that we actually shot in Moscow.
We're in Berlin, close to the Alexanderplatz, as you might see in the background from the television tower. And this building here is where they keep all the Stasi files. So the Stasi was the East German secret police.
The Supremacy we did in Moscow, and we were actually filming there in October, and there was snow on the ground, and it was incredibly cold. And we decided not to go back because it's the end of January. Fortunately for us, East Berlin was recreated by Stalin and looked a great deal like Moscow. So tonight, we'll be filming Bourne as he is coming out of the area around the Stasi building. So this is our first night of filming in Berlin, doubling for Moscow.
Ah, yes.
Woo. Cool.
No, I'm fine.
There you go. We followed for a little bit. Away, yeah?
One Oscar nomination and you turned into Stanley Kubrick.
We could have been in Moscow and there would have been snow on the ground, but the film would have broken in the camera and we wouldn't have been able to film all night.
Okay. But it was great. It's fantastic. I mean, you see all that.
Looks so much like the place in Moscow.
Yeah. Incredible. Oh, yeah, absolutely could be in Moscow, couldn't he?
Yeah.
There's a company called Snow Business, which everybody uses. They provide the snow for movies, and they're experts at it. And you just see them, they travel around like a band of gypsies wherever anybody needs snow, whether it's in July or whether it's in the middle of January.
The snow's made out of paper, and in the background we've used a foam snow product. Yeah, we started about 10 o'clock this morning. We've spent the rest of the day up until about 5 o'clock snowing up this area behind us. There are lots of advantages. It's more controllable, and we're not dependent on temperatures. So it could be 15, 20 or 25 degrees today and we can keep working. Whereas working with real snow, you obviously have a problem once you get into the plus 3 or 4 degrees that the snow would melt. And we're very quick to be able to redress, cover up footprints, and that isn't really possible with real snow.
Some shot in the snow. Bourne being chased by dark and malevolent forces across the endless snows. No, it's Bourne being chased through Moscow, being shot in a freezing, bloody cold Berlin. And if anybody tells you being in the movie business is glamorous, they need to be here right now.
Rolling. More champagne, Gus.
Right. Action. We need to get Bourne out of Moscow. And so we figured that we would use a train. And all of us have worked with trains. And it's not something any of us look forward to. We have certain restrictions in the train yard in which we can only shoot in certain areas for very specific times.
It's actually a lot for them to give us this facility. The Berlin authorities have always been really great.
But just getting a locomotive to go back to first position can be a long and involved process.
We're doing a scene where Max is being chased by some guards and he's trying to evade them by getting onto a train, sort of losing them by jumping off the train as it's leaving the station, making his escape.
Yeah, good.
You were a lot faster than Andy in the rehearsal.
I'm running for my life.
Yes, fuck me. You are.
We've only got the trains until 10 o'clock, so it's a really tight window to shoot what we have to shoot, reset the trains, shoot, reset the trains, so it's quite tight.
The great thing about the Bourne films are that so much is done for real. So you've got real cars exploding, real guys jumping off trains. Visual effects involvement hasn't really been too heavy.
The problem is the train's coming that way, and the right arm is a good one. So it's like you got to cross your body.
There's lots of variables that could possibly go wrong, but I mean, he's been fantastic with. We've put some ankle braces on him, some knee pads, some elbow pads, a lot of protective equipment. We could do a little warm up with him, make sure he's stretched.
Woo! Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Cross speed. Hey, Marco. Hey, Marco. Go.
Good, I liked it.
Solid, right? Never jumped off a moving train before. That was an adrenaline boost. Oh man, I guess I don't have to do it again. Everyone's moving off the track, so that's good.
I need everything up on the platform. We need to get off the rails.
We're leaving London, we're headed to Paris.
Shooting on the Eurostar today, which is quite a special treat.
What we need to shoot is a man sitting on a train making a phone call. That doesn't seem like rocket science. But look at the amount of equipment and people that's required to get such a shot.
This is all to be in the carriage, so they're all sort of freaking out a little bit at the moment because we've got a lot of stuff.
Brilliant. Kirk, you've got yours already. Brilliant.
Well, we try and use all the facilities and all of our time to the greatest extent. We're very efficient. So we had the camera on the train and we did a scene at the same time we were coming over.
And the great thing is you can just get on the train in London, come over here in less than 3 hours, and start shooting an hour after that, and, you know, get a scene right off the bat in Paris.
I think the technical phrase is it kicks ass. We shall be shooting there for 2 days. A couple of small scenes which want to be shot in Paris, just so that we know we are with Bourne in Paris.
I think one of the elements, the Bourne elements, are shooting in train stations, which we've now in the third one on this movie. Waterloo, Atocha, and then Gare du Nord. And for us, this one does have a sort of nostalgic feeling because of being here so much on the Bourne identity.
Hey, Marco.
We're preparing for an A camera shot of the highest cinematic brilliance. It's a shot that when they see it, they'll hurtle from their seats towards the screen saying, "Hallelujah, hallelujah, I have just seen a piece of cinematic history."
Is that when Matt leans over and kisses Audrey?
Probably.
You get this wonderful ticket when you go to a Bourne movie to just see places in a way that you would not normally see them. When we show you the Eiffel Tower, we deliberately make it this big in the background because the movie's not about that. It's about being on the run inside a city rather than just in front of postcard situations.
We're where people live, and that's what I think gives Jason Bourne and the Bourne series something that they can identify with.
Well, we're doing the Bourne's meeting the arms dealer in central Paris.
It's okay. It'll be fun.
And yeah, one of the things about Bourne is he speaks languages, and it's part of what gives the franchise a freshness.
What is it?
C'est une profession à haut risque marchand.
C'est une profession à haut risque marchand.
You have these little pieces that are in French or in Russian or in German. And just builds the character, you know.
Hey, Chris, I can't hear a thing. Something happened with the microphone. Sorry.
We have a lot of fondness for this location, although not in the rain. After this, we're going to Hawaii.
We're going to do one that takes place in the summer. Bali, Fiji, Tahiti. It's
Barbados,
It's a tropical
St. Bart's.
Bourne.
St. Bart's.
Although we're going to have to give him a new coat then.
Yeah.
Welcome to the London Underground. We have to do the chase. cut. Good. That won't be up a bit, doesn't it?
Morning. We're shooting at Waterloo Station, which is one of the 5 mainline stations in London. It has 380,000 passengers through a day.
We definitely picked the hardest stuff to shoot first because Tangier and then here at Waterloo is just really challenging.
It would be hard to get Waterloo Station at any time because of the amount of flow of people.
We've been allowed to film here between 10 and 4, which is the off-peak hours.
The hard part for us is just trying to get in there and shoot, is because people are going about their daily lives, and we attract a lot of attention when a bunch of trucks pull up and everyone jumps out with all this equipment, and so it just becomes hard to kind of get the shots that we need because we can only control so much of the environment.
Just another day at the office. It's difficult in as much as that there's a constant flow of people. Trains are turning up and going, so you don't get rid of one lot, you get another lot turn up.
It is a very, very high-risk location, and I think the people who got permission to do this have done a fantastic job.
It's 5 months' work in order to secure 4 days' worth of filming. The whole issue with terrorism and safety, and that whole issue of managing a crew of nearly 500 through the station for 4 days. So it has taken a lot of negotiation and a lot of placating people and convincing people that we are honourable, safe, and we won't disrupt the running of the station.
Normally we would own the whole train station, but we own none of it. So we're having to behave.
That's the great thing about traveling.
Maddie obviously draws quite a bit of attention from the crowd, and so we're trying to utilise not only our own extras, but the people going on their way to work to just blend into it.
The pace is up now, into the crowds, you know, boom, into the store.
I know that we don't intend to shoot people, really, but a lot of times, if you happen to be walking around Waterloo Station, you know, you end up in the movie.
Sometimes, you know, when you're filming, you just got to harvest what you can fast, you know what I mean? Well, we know what happened. Let's just go and shoot it. What we're shooting today is actually Paz's entrance into the store.
It's been really interesting. This is a very busy train station, but Brits tend to be very polite and very organized, so it's been a very pleasant shoot.
Yeah, but we've also got very high-profile British Transport Police, and we've got a film security force of about 20 people, and we're being watched by hundreds of cameras. I mean, I'm standing here and I can see cameras all over the place that are watching us, which we are incidentally taking a live feed from in order to enhance the actual film. And at the end of the day, you're going to get CCTV footage from their security cameras.
We've patched into the surveillance cameras at Waterloo Station. And once we've recorded all these cameras, we'll be then playing them back in the New York hub.
I'll look up at those 3 cameras, because those will be the ones that happen, or the one back here, or the one back there. That's the one you control that's moving. It's great. I mean, it'll look great in the movie, and the shots will be unmistakably real, and I think that's what people like about these things.
Good cut. Good, that's good. That concludes the Waterloo chase. It went very well. Thanks to these gentlemen. It's hard. You're under pressure to get finished by 5 in the morning. It's a lot of extras, but we did well tonight. Very, very well.
The best part of it is the smug satisfaction of being able to accomplish something like this, when people say, how the hell did you get Waterloo Station? Waterloo Station is a brilliant place to film in. It's a challenge, and at the end of every day, me and my team sit down and go, we did it again, because it's a buzz. If everyone could do it, I'd be out of a job.
Rob wants to know what you thought of working in the underground. Tangier. I'd rather go to Tangier.
We're working around the clock. It's about 3:30 in the morning right now in Madrid to bring you the next installment of the Bourne series. This is the director, Paul Greengrass. I'm Matt Damon, the Bourne guy.
We're at yet another European train station, which is a motif for the Bourne movies. Bourne is always on the move. He's traveling. We like to take the audience to different places around Europe and around the world. So here we are in Madrid.
Food's great, and the people are very dignified. They're elegant people. They're not trying to sell me something all the time like they are in some other places. I like it here. It's almost Italy.
And this is a Treadstone event that he doesn't realize is happening.
He does exactly what you're saying is you're looking at the past and you should be looking at the future.
Yeah.
Okay, cut that. Cut that, thank you.
I wasn't followed, no one followed me. What was that line again, Paul, at the beginning? Okay.
All right, background. And action. Okay, and background.
It does seem to be a lot easier to shoot with well-known actors like Matt Damon here in Europe. People are going about their business. When Jason Bourne walks by them, they might give him a look, but they don't stop and gawk and ask for an autograph. I think it's been part of why we've been so successful in shooting on these different locations.
This is an example of an AD who's been caught with his phone during a shot.
Not during, don't lie.
Failing to concentrate, being disrespectful to the director. If the director says it was during the shot, obviously it was during the shot.
Are we redoing the shot, or are we going to go on to Daniel's? Just checking, Chris.
We're freezing our derrieres off.
20 minutes away from bed.
Yeah.
We're much more enthusiastic a bit earlier.
Yeah, definitely.
It's the two of us, and we have about 150 other people who were on the last movie too. So it's a good group. It's a good group to be out at 3:30 in the morning in Madrid.
There's nobody in the world I'd rather be stranded with.
Opportunity to wear my gear. So I'm so excited because I brought it all the way from Los Angeles. It's always good to have the right gear.
And I got posted back and I joined the program.
Last shot of this night is the approach of our heroes to this beautiful place.
I think what's good about this production is if you're shooting in Madrid, they'll tell you to Madrid. If you're shooting in Paris, they'll tell you to Paris. So it's cool you get to go to the places where you're meant to be.
Well, we've just finished tonight, so Madrid is finished. So off to Paris.
Once you go to all this trouble and then you see what you've got, it's really worth it.
Great success! Where's my vagine?
High five!
High five!
Bourne doesn't wear sunglasses, which is a choice that I'm beginning to regret a little bit in Tangier.
One of the elements that's been important to the Bourne franchise is being an exotic place. Right now we're in Tangier, which is in Africa, in Morocco. Right across there is Spain, so we have another continent just right across the water. Really amazing kind of difference between the cultures here, from the European culture to the Muslim culture.
This film truly is on location. If you want to see what culture and filming in the midst of the local populace is all about, you're going to get it in this film.
As they say in Tangier, in our language, it's the door of Africa and the window to Europe. That's why most of the people love it.
We are today in the Medina, which is the central shopping and trade location.
What's it like to be filming in the Medina, Johnny?
I'm loving it.
That's where the bazaars are and all of the stalls. It's very, very old, so therefore it has some great color. It's a great place to have a Bourne chase. On the other hand, it's a very difficult place to shoot in. There's very narrow streets. There's not any place to put crew or trucks. So we've had to really have a terrific plan ahead of time of where to put everything and how to efficiently move things back and forth.
We're like an army traveling, on a campaign. We have to remember to bring what we need or have quick access to it.
Due to the size of the movie,
we had to block the entire old part of town. We got contracts with more than 2,000 businesses.
We're causing a bit of chaos here today because this is the biggest square in Tangier. The locals are going to go a bit crazy later when they see that they can't move around their town. But it should make for a very interesting afternoon.
Have you seen that? Just turn around. Look at them.
We're interfering with people's lives in a sense by cordoning off areas they're used to having access to.
The Medina is packed. Most of the people you see standing on are not extras. They are genuine people going about their business. So when you see me fighting my way through hordes of people, I'm genuinely fighting my way through hordes of people.
Somewhere in amongst it, spot the actor.
When we were trying to shoot in the center of town, we had to jump to this shot because there was a big crowd, as you can see.
We happen to be here at a time which is called Ramadan, which is the Islamic holy month. And what that means is the Muslims don't eat or drink from sun up to sundown. So the whole day there's no eating or drinking or smoking or activity. So it's really devoted to prayer and other things.
That's how our soundman, Kirk Francis, feels about a call to prayer.
We have to wake up early, 4 o'clock in the morning, and that's when we start doing the Ramadan, and we stay working sometimes until sunset. Then we have breakfast. So the day is very, very long for us.
Oh, just about everything that could have gone wrong went wrong.
What was tough for us is the crew, especially electricians and grips and labor. These people had to fast from sunrise to sunset, and it was really tough for them. Towards the end of the day, you could see that they were desperately waiting for the wrap hours in order to rush for the breakfast dinner break.
It's really wild when you look around here and you see all day there's nobody carrying a cup of coffee or water or a sandwich or anything in the entire city. It's kind of amazing. So you get to appreciate how other people live.
In the end of Ramadan, we have feast, Eid Fitr. You can eat, people make a lot of candies. And
we visit our family. Yes.
We call it the honey cakes. For when we finish Ramadan, all the families, they make special cakes, which is for the party when it's finished Ramadan.
So obviously we've got to be very respectful and considerate of the local people, as no drink and no food makes for cranky personality at times.
And so here we are, so we have to deal with it.
I'm doing a shot, and it's going to be great.
It's made things quite interesting. It's quite a challenge.
So I think it's going to give a real, gritty edge to the filming, because this is as real as it gets. This is as on location as it gets.